Guys, welcome back. We are going to learn the new things under the React that is called multidimensional array using class component. How to add the data, how to list the data, how to delete the data. Of course, we are going to see the edit also, but in next series because edit will be directly difficult for you. In the previous video, we have seen manipulation of the data using single dimensional array. There also we have added the data, list the data, deleted the data with all proper message and everything. So I hope you have seen my previous video. If you have not seen, please have a look into that and then you can continue this. And like in case if you are new to my channel, you can subscribe once. It will be helpful for you because I'm creating the very awesome videos, new feature on the React. So once I'll upload the new video, you will get the notification. You can have a look. It will be helpful for you. So let's go ahead. First, I'll guide you what we are going to do in this video and how the functionality is going to work of this particular page, this component. First, I'll explain you. After that, we'll go to the code level. I'll write from beginning, step by step. I'll keep on guiding you and then you can have a look. And other major important thing, whenever you are learning something from any video, you should not play continuous and then pause and then start doing something. There is some certain way. Like suppose if you are going to see my video, so you should have a system with you and then play the video for 10 minutes. And whatever the work I'm going to do in the 10 minutes, you pause the video, complete it in your system. Again, play the video for the next 10 minutes and then you complete that much task in your system. Again, come back, play the video, see, and again come back, implement in the system. That way you can learn easily from the any kind of videos. Only watching and just binding up, it will not help you better, right? So hope you understood. Let's go ahead. Suppose this is my page. In my page, I have added one element I have made based on the like book. I have book price, book quantity, and book name. I have taken that, and then we are going to add inside the array list and delete and see. So first, let's see. Suppose I am putting here called Python name of the book. Cost suppose I put 3000. Then I came back to the quantity given as a 5. Click on save. You can see here Python got added with everything and then we got a message book added successfully. Let me go here, add here called JavaScript and I will modify the price here something called 400 rupees. Then come to the quantity as a 10 and then click on save. You can see JavaScript got added here successfully, right? After that, so this is the save is happening. Of course, we need to delete the data also after saving. We are going to see all step by step. Now let me come back to the delete part. I'll delete the Python from here. You can see I deleted the Python. It's gone from the list. Plus number of book also got reduced. I'll delete the JavaScript from here. You saw JavaScript gone plus number of book got reduced, right? Plus if I'll delete from last one, that's a Java also. You can see that is also gone and number of book is showing as how much? 0. Right? So this example is based on class component under the React.js. Okay. Definitely we are going to see the hooks also. That is in my previous next video, but you need to go from the class component. It will be easy to understand the state management under the React. Okay. So let me come back to the code and we can start from the code what is and how it is. Okay. So here I have some code I have written already just to give you the demo. Let me clear everything and then let me come back. So I will be deleting everything from here. Everything got deleted. Now I'll save my file. You can see it is just empty page, nothing come inside. Let's start from beginning. So what we need to do first, as you know, import React, comma, component, component from React. After that, let me write a class name called app. This is a default component I'm considering. Extends component predefined class. Now I'll come down below. I'll do here export default and then that app. Right? This much is compulsory everywhere. I'll follow a constructor here. Let me increase little font size. It will be helpful for you while looking into the code. Constructor should have the super. That's required every time. After that, I'll follow here this dot state equal to. I'll create a variable here called array the book list. Book list colon. I'll assign some value in that by default. I'll keep one array here. I'll put call name, suppose called Java, and then I'll keep their price. Assume called 500 rupees. Then I'll keep call QTY as a quantity. I'll put here call assume 5 quantity. So this one array I created. Now let me go ahead and display this array and show you. I'll come back below. I'll follow the render method. Inside the render method, I will be writing here called return. And since I'm following the bootstrap, so I will go ahead with the bootstrap classes. And guys, you know, in the React JSX, we don't have class. It's called class component. Container. I will be following here something called bg-white because my background is sky blue color. And then after that, I'll follow call p-3 padding 3 and then a rounded class as well. Let me come down below. Division dot close. Inside, I'll follow here a class name, usually row, class name as a row. Right after that, I'll close this class as well, and in this class just I'll give a heading class name equal to call hyphen lg hyphen 12 I'll give, and even I'll follow text hyphen center class of the bootstrap so that it will print in the middle. I close the revision. After that, I'll print inside. I'll follow here call h2. I'll write here call react add list delete react array add list delete example. Now let me close the S2, right? And then we need to have a look into the browser, see whether this is reflecting or not. After that, let me see here. My browser says something. Yeah, of course, it's coming here. Now inside this, in container, I will follow empty margin top 3. It's called margin top 3. Empty 3 is nothing but margin top 3, 16 pixel. So this container will leave from top 16 pixel gap, and I can see here something is coming from me. White screen is coming. React add array add list delete example. Let me go ahead next. Since I have already created one table, I have already one array. I'll create a table and display the data of the table. So I'll create a table here and close the table. And after that, I'll follow the class name that is called table and table hyphen borderd. After that, I'll follow here thead, and thead I will be closing. Right, I will go ahead with the tr and I'll close the tr as well. Right, next I will follow the th here. So first I'll keep call index that I can write is book index. Book index. Let me keep the close the th. Since book name I'll write here, book price I'll write here, and book quantity I'll write here, and I'll keep one more th, that is for action. Action in the sense I will be doing as a delete work on that. Okay, let's go ahead. See, table is coming, basic table. Now let me see here. I have an array called book list. That book list I will print here. T body I'll follow here. We'll go inside. T body will close. Then definitely we have to follow the map method and render. So we will write here this dot state dot array name book list dot map, and the first parameter I'll give call book info comma index. Now here I will follow the fat arrow method. Coming down, return we have to write definitely, and inside the return you are going to write the tr 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 I have to close as well, and this tr will have the td. How many td we require? We require total 5 td. So let me keep here first as a index. It will come 0 1 2 3. Then I'll write here book info name. Name is the property that we have defined here inside the array, right? Now name price, quantity I'll follow, name price, and then qty. And meanwhile, one more td is required for the delete purpose. So we can write here directly a button delete and close the button too. Right. After that, apply the class of the bootstrap. Class name equal to btn and btn hyphen danger I'll give here and btn hyphen sml. So I'll follow here. Then let me see how that is going to look in the browser. So you saw we have written the map function, but most important for the tr you have to give the key. What is that? It is called props, and whichever the element you are generating new, whichever the new element you are generating dynamically under the map function, you must have to give the props call key, and that should have a unique value, else it will give the warning inside the console. So don't do that mistake. It will give the error while generating the build. I have already explained properly in my previous video, that is called array, single dimensional array manipulation. You can have a look into that. Now let me go ahead, and you can see one data is coming, one product details is coming for me. That is called Java book details I have stored, that is coming, right? So hope you saw. So till here, what we did, we created an array inside the state, and we created a table inside the page, and inside the table with the map function, we displayed the data. Next functionality, we will do the delete part, how to delete the element. Let me do the first. So what I will do, I will write a function here called delete book. Delete book equal to we require the book index, which book you want to delete, and then you have to write here this dot book list dot book list dot splice function, this dot state dot this dot state dot book list dot splice JavaScript function. It is going to work everywhere. You will keep the first parameter book index and comma second parameter as a 1. That's simple JavaScript function. It will help you to delete the element. After deleting the element, you have to generate a message saying like book deleted successfully, and along with that you have to write call, you have to update the state. So let me go here, update the state, this dot set state, set state, and inside the set state I will be writing here like book list is my main array colon this dot state dot book list. That is nothing but I'll guide you here what we are doing. At this place we are doing a minus b. That is nothing but you have some data in a variable and you deleted the particular. You have the data under the book list, you deleted one, and remaining data again you are updating under the state, right? Let me go here. And so this will delete the book, but before that we want to generate one message saying like book deleted successfully. So I'll create a state variable here, right? And I'll use that state variable here, message colon hardcode message. Let me write here book info deleted successfully, right? So this variable we made it. Now what we need to do is we need to call this function and see whether book is getting deleted or not. So for that, let's come back to the function, and for this button you will be calling that delete book. So I'll go here and I'll write here on click equal to this dot delete book dot bind function we need to call. I have explained in the previous array one manipulation file why the bind function is required. We have to pass here this dot index. This bind function, how it works, I have explained already in my previous video. If you have not seen, please have a look into that. Right there, we are passing the index of a particular book, particular array with the help of bind function to delete book. Now delete book will be receiving the index, and after that it delete the particular element from the array and it will give you the available element. Again, just it will get list. This become little here there. I'll arrange it. Let me keep in single line so it will be clear for you. Line will become little bigger, but it will be helpful for you. Right? See, now it's becoming clear. One line content. Let me check whether my delete function is working or not. I went here. I'll refresh my page. After refreshing the page, I will see here. Book got deleted. We need to display the message as well. Right, awesome. Let's come back to the code again. We have already constructed the variable here called message variable. This message variable has already got the data. The data we need to display here just after the h2. Let me print in a paragraph saying like this dot state dot message variable and close the p tag. We can go here and we can follow a class name so that it will look a little better. Text hyphen something primary and text hyphen center as well. So I've given a class here. Now, as soon as I delete the book, one message will come, book info deleted successfully. Right? Let me go to my page and show you. As I click here, it is saying book info deleted successfully. Right? Hope you are able to see. Let me refresh my page. My data has come from the array again. I'll delete here. It is saying book info deleted successfully. So hope you understood, guys. Like we have created the array inside the state. We created a variable also inside the state message. And this book list data, first I am printing below and printing here inside a table, After that, I called a function called delete book. Inside I'm binding the index, means I'm sending the parameter as an book index, that is the unique ID 0123. Now delete function is written here. There I have received the index under the book index. After that I'm using here called state dot splice function I'm using. Splice function simple from JavaScript. If you give a particular index number, the given index number will get deleted. 1 will be used to delete the element, 0 is used to add the element. After deleting the element from the array, just I am updating the state so that my render function will get called and it will reload my list. And after deleting, I'm generating a message here called book info deleted successfully. Right? Let me come back again to the browser and show you. Click. element got deleted, saying book info deleted successfully. We can make it more dynamic in upcoming session, upcoming video. It will say particular name deleted successfully, but just I have written the hardcode values so that at least you will understand the flow. Right? Next upcoming video, you will get completely full dynamic end to end. Right? After that, let me come back to my code again. Next functionality, we have to do the adding part, how to add the new element inside the array. Right? Those things we are going to see the next. Okay, so delete is happening. Now next we need to do the, you can say that adding part. So how to add that next? So first we need to go here and design a form. Design the form, pick the value, concatenate inside the array, those things we have to do. Okay, so I will go here and I'll create an array. I'll create a row here, another row. Class name is a row. Inside that, class name equal to call hyphen lg hyphen 3 we can follow and close this. We can go inside. We can write here a input field text class name equal to form control. Below to that, I'll keep a label saying like enter. Now this thing we require book name is done, book price, book quantity, and we need a button called save also. So I'll keep here a button called save. Right, close the button and write here for save book. For this, I'll follow the bootstrap class btn hyphen primary would be fine. Now here we need to change book name, book price, and book quantity. After that, let me show you what user interface is going to come in browser. We went here, we saw here, this is coming. I'll do little changes in that. This header I'll push in the top. So this header line, I will be shifting on the top. Here I'll keep it 12. 12. And inside the 12, I'll keep this header line so that it will be always on the top section. It will be on the top section. Right? It will load. So it's look better now. Now there should be some space between all. So a space purpose in Bootstrap we have a class called MB. MB3 I have given here. And in this row I'll give again MB3. So margin bottom 16 pixel will get applied. MB3. Margin bottom 16 pixel will get applied. Let's see here, become little spacious. After that, this is saying enter book name, book price, and book quantity. Click on save button, it will come here. Let me go now. Now for that, we have three fields. So we require three variable, name, price, quantity. So I'll go to the state here. I'll create a variable called new name, empty, new price, empty, new QTY, three variable I created because we have three text field and we want to capture the individual text field value and store into the individual field, individual variable. So for that I created three fields, three variable in state. Now I will be writing here the function to pick the value of each text box and store into this variable. So I'll write here a function called process name, process name. And here I will be creating an object variable. This one I have explained in my previous video. You can have a look in that. Now I'll go here and I will write here called new name colon object dot target dot value. So that meaning where we are going to call this text box, their value it will pick and it will pass to this variable. Same way we have to do three functions. Even in fact, I have a solution where using one function we can do that, but that will come in upcoming video. Process name, process, price, and process QTY. You will ask, suppose if we have 10 field, then we need to write the 10 function. Yes, we can write 10 function also, and we can do through single function also. The single function will be directly difficult for you. So that I will give the solution. I will give that another video where you can, using single function, you can pick the value of all the elements. New name, new price, and new QTY. The three variable is getting the value from the three text box, three function we got ready, right? Now let me call this function inside the HTML. So I'll go here and I'll call here on change equal to this dot function name. Similar way, I will call the function here also and I'll call here also. I have to change here process name to process price and I have to change here process QTY annual. QTY. Three function I have written, three function I called here. Right now, with the help of this three function, we can pick the value of the text box and we can pass to these three variables. We required a, let's see, any error. There is no any error inside your page. No any error. It's working absolutely fine. Now let's go. What we require to do, we need to write a function to call on button click. That I'll write called save equal to fat arrow method. Better you can write every time. And I'll write here call alert for testing purpose. This dot state dot new name. So when I click on button, it should give me the new book name. I'll go down and I'll call this function save here on click equal to this dot save, right? So now function we call to pick the value all the places. Here we call function on button click, we call the function to get the alert. Let's test now happening or not. So we'll go here, I'll enter the name call, again call Python and click on save. Absolutely, I'm getting a Python. That meaning we are able to capture the input field. Now let's go and do the process to add inside the list. So first you have to create another variable, new book equal to, guys, you can see here my array is in this way. So I will be taking this one as, for example, and I will add here. Inside this should not be the Java. It should be this dot state dot new name. Again, here it should not be only 500. It should be this dot state dot new price. That variable what you created on the top. Here it should be new QTY. Right? So we are going on sequentially. So we take in the value. Let me arrange it properly. It will look meaningful. See here. Right? So you created one array. This array is coming from here, from the HTML. What a user is going to enter the value. Now after that, simply we will call your set state function. Set state function will call, and inside that we will say book list of this dot state dot book list, this dot state dot book list dot concat. What we want to concat? This new book. Perfect. After that, come down and write here a message saying like, I will add one line here, dynamic. I'll take the name of the book. This dot state dot name. I'll add here one dynamic line. So it will say Java added successfully. PHP added successfully. Right. Suppose I'll write here for added successfully. Now what this name will give? Suppose you are entering the book name as a Node.js. So it will say Node.js added successfully. It will say Python added successfully. Right. Now let me go guys and check whether my functionality is working or not. Understand this? First we created the array. Inside that we took the data from the form. After that we are calling the this dot set state. There I follow the book list. Inside the book list, I'm updating the new value of the, I'm taking the new book details and concatenating with the old list. And again, I'm updating under the state. And finally, I'm generating a message saying like new book added successfully. Let's have a test now. Go to the browser. Let me reload the page. I will put here call Node.js price 3000, quantity is 8. Click on save. Awesome. So you can say like Node.js added successfully. Let me go here. Keep here for Python. Click on save. Saying Python added successfully. Right. Meanwhile, what need to be done? This text box should get clear. Correct. That is the next question. So let me delete the book. You can see book is getting deleted. Book is getting deleted. Let me add the book. Book is getting added. So you can see add and list is happening. Delete is happening perfectly. Now I'll show you how to clear the text box. Let's come to the code. So first, after doing that, let's update your three value with the null. Name, price, quantity you have defined in the beginning. Same variable set here with the null. First thing. So your variable got set with the null. Now this variable I will call here in HTML as a value. Let's look at here. I'll call here value equal to this dot state dot new name. This dot state dot new name. So what will happen? The if you have multiple property, you can rearrange like this. But it's become little congested line. Let me rearrange it. I will move this in the left hand side. See, I wrote here value equal to and new name. Already I have put as empty here. So what will happen? Immediately it will become empty. Let me test with once. See here, and here I called value as a this dot state dot new name. Now let me check once whether it is happening or not. I'll write here call Node.js and some quantity price save. Name become empty. Similar way, we need to make the empty this too also. Let me go here. Value equal to, we can call this property. I have shifted little left side because of a space problem. Right here, new price. New price. And here again I'll call new QTY. New QTY. So what will happen after saving? Here in state you can see we are making it empty and same variable we are calling it. So definitely value will set by empty and we will feel like text box become clear. Let me go ahead and show you. So this is the one. I'll write here call HTML. Price is 200, 2000. Quantity is a 5. Save. Awesome. The text box got clear. HTML added successfully. It came under the list also. Let me write here CSS. CSS. And we given here for 500 rupees price and quantity is 2. Click on save. Awesome. Got added. Right. After that, let me add a delete functionality also here. Let me delete. Right. It's saying book info deleted. Definitely I'll guide you how to add here particular book deleted. But let's look to the next video. Right. After that, hope you understood guys what we are doing in this example. It's very awesome and very, very important for developer. If a developer is going to work in the market on any project, he must know very good how to handle the data in array. It can be class component or it can be functional component. Definitely, we are going to come up with a lot of video on the functional component that looks, but you may clear your doubt, everything. You be confident on a state management first, and after that, you will be very good automatically into the functional component. That is called hooks. So state management is everywhere same. If you are coming from the class component for a state management, in class component, if your state management concept is clear, hooks will be very, very easy for you, right? So again, thanks for watching, and request, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe it. It's helpful for you. Whenever I will be uploading awesome video, you will get a notification and it will help you a lot, right? After that, uh, again, I'll give the tips how to watch the video and how to utilize that. As I told you, suppose this functionality I have implemented, it has taken some certain minutes. So what you should do, you should play the video, watch for 10 minutes. And what I have done in 10 minutes, you implement it. Pause the video, implement it. Again, play the video for next 10 minutes. And again, go to your laptop, implement it. Again, come back to the video, play for 10 minutes, and go back to your system, implement it. That is the way to learn anything from the video. Only if you play for 1 hour and then start doing, you will get confused. Right? So again, thanks again for watching and hope it will be helpful for you. And I will be, it will be helpful for me if you keep commenting on the, you can say, comment box, and you can do the like, subscribe, share everything. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.